Look at Galatians 4:4. But when the fullness of the time was come, the Most High sent forth his Son, Mashiach Yahushua, made of a woman, made under the law. Made under the law. And when a man entices a woman that's not betrothed to a man, shall endow her to be his wife. Made under the law. To redeem them that were under the law. You hear that? To redeem them that were under the law. So how you gonna redeem you if you walk around here talking about, we ain't under the law? He ain't redeemed you. His blood wasn't shed for you. It's clear. You can rocket science and figure that out. To redeem them that were under the law, that we might receive the adoption of sons. Coming back to the Most High in the name of the anointed Savior. And because ye are sons, when you understand the essence of the Most High and how he sent Mashiach Yahushua, and we believe in his name, by Shama Mashiach Yahushua, we become the sons of the Most High as we keep the laws that come out of the Most High, having faith in the Mashiach Yahushua and fearing the Most High. And because ye are sons, the Most High has sent forth the Spirit of his Son. Don't let this go over your head. The Most High has sent forth the Spirit of his Son into your hearts, into your minds. Crying, Abba, Father. Father, Abba. In the name of the Lord and Savior. So it's, you see, this is very important to see, because a lot of people miss that, because he told us in the last days in Hebrews 1 and 2, he's going to speak to us by his Son. And I showed you how the prophets had the Spirit of Mashiach. He said, I will not leave you comfortless. I will send the Comforter. I will not leave you comfortless. I will come to you. So to let you know, the Most High has sent the Spirit of his Son. So you can't look at this any other way but how the Most High has laid it out. Point blank. So that's why I say cry aloud, spare not, don't spare our people. Lift up that voice like a trumpet to show the Most High's people their sins, how we have transgressed against the Most High. But how do they know what sin is if you don't show them the laws? You gotta show them the laws. Because some people will tell you also, look at 1 Timothy 5 and 20. Say, them that sin, rebuke before all. You know that? Them that sin, rebuke before all, that others also may fear. Them that sin, rebuke before all, that others also may fear. You know, you rise up in pride, then the Most High gonna deal with you. Believe that. Verse 21, it says, I charge thee before the Most High and our Master of Mashiach Yahushua and the elder, and the elect angels. Woo. The elect angels, that thou observe these things without preferring one before another. I like him better than I do this one. I like her better than I do no. That's why it says, doing nothing by partiality. See, people think because they get a chance to know you that they got some kind of pull. Now, you ain't got no pull. Not from what they're saying. Understand these scriptures. We all in this together. That's why he's saying, preferring one before another. No. We all in this together. When this Bible is open, we deal with each other in the spirit, you say ain't no partiality. Doing nothing by partiality. People think they gotta pull, they gotta play, because they know you this way or that way. Nah. Ain't no partiality in this. He say, lay hands suddenly on no man, neither be partaker of other men's sins. You know, he doing that, you better stay away from him. You know he's sinning. Say, don't be partakers in other men's sins. Keep thyself pure. Think about you making it to the kingdom. You fall into somebody else's sin. So, give us clear instructions. Look at 1 Timothy 5:17. Let the elders that rule well be counted worthy of double honor, especially they who labor in the word and doctrine. For the scripture said, thou shalt not muzzle the ox that treadeth out the corn. You want to reach down and get him something to eat, get something to eat. And the laborer is worthy of his reward. See? The laborer is worthy of his reward. So people think you can never do enough for the truth. It says, against an elder receive not an accusation, but before 2 or 3 witnesses. I'm quite sure you all know that though, right? You already know all these scriptures. This is how you apply them? How you don't apply them at all. Against an elder receive not an accusation, but before 2 or 3 witnesses. You got to come with 2 or 3 witnesses before you rebuke an elder. Verse 1 tells you, rebuke not an elder, but entreat him as a father, and the younger men as brethren, the elder women as mothers that's accountable to being such, the younger as sisters with all purity. Honor widows that are widows indeed. See? Look at our 1 Timothy 4:1. From where we started to where we at now, looking at Israel, he's telling us. 1 Timothy 4:1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times, and we're in the last days right now, this is the last times right here, some shall depart from the faith. Some gonna depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits. Oh, come on here, you know, seducing. Oh, you just listen to me. But you got those that are out there just to get numbers. Those that are feeling that, hey, you need to be over here with me, seducing people. High-minded, exalting themselves. Some people draw to that. They fall prey to that. Seducing spirits. Like a woman put on nice smelling perfume. She's trying to seduce, blinking her eyes at a man. Seducing. Seducing spirits. And doctrines of devils. Hear that? Doctrines of devils. Gonna fall right for it. Remember? Satan, the devil, the serpent, the beast, the dragon, all of them have appeared as angels of light. So you better know your scriptures. You better know what's right from wrong. To be able to go in here and say, okay, well, is this right? From what you see, from what you done heard, what you done seen, and with your own eyes and understand. Hear that? And doctrines of devils, speaking lies and hypocrisy. Remember, the devil what? Come down to deceive the whole world. Well, you believe in a lie. They say, hey, they're going to do signs and wonders, and so much that it might even fool the very elect. Seen that already also too. Speaking lies and hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron, can't move from one way or another. That, you know, that iron, once he put that mark on it, it's dead. Burn that Like iron burn, that's what they say their minds gonna be. You can't move them. They just like tunnel brain. Doop, straight ahead. Ain't gonna, you can't go, you can't, ain't no, it's got a force field. You can't enter no way, shape, or form. Mind is polluted like a hot iron. So you gotta really look at what you gotta do and what you gotta, how you gotta roll, because time is at hand. So we are in the midst of a perverse and crooked generation. Look at 1 Corinthians 10 and 20. 1 Corinthians 10 and 20. But I say that the thing which the Gentiles sacrifice or worship, they sacrifice to devils and not to the Most High. And I would not that ye should have fellowship with devils. Remember, they're going to be having the doctrine of devils. Our people caught up in it. They caught up in it. That's why he said the things that the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice to devils and not to the Most High. And I would not that ye should have fellowship with devils. You cannot drink the cup of the Most High and the cup of devils. You cannot be partakers of the Most High's table and of the table of devils. What you gonna do? You gonna choose the Most High and Mashiach Yahushua, or you gonna choose Satan and his imps, his ministers? They'll pretend like they apostles of light. So we know. You're gonna know them by what you know according to the scriptures. If you don't know the scriptures, then what you gonna go by? What are you gonna really go by if you don't know these scriptures? Your own mind. That's why I say many are deceived by their own vain opinion, and an evil suspicion overthrown the judgment. Evil comes in, you don't even know it's there. Look, 1 John 3 and 10. 1 John 3 and 10. In this the children of the Most High are manifest, and the children of the devil. See? In this the children of the Most High are manifest. You're going to see they're the children of the Most High and the children of the devil. See? The devil got children too. Whosoever doeth not righteousness is not of the Most High, neither he that loveth not his brother. So let's look at that righteousness. You don't do righteousness, you're not of the Most High. I don't know who you're with. You ain't with the Most High. You with Satan and one of his imps. Because you just said Satan came down and fooled the whole world. Now, Deuteronomy 6:25, like I said, in this the children of the Most High manifest, and the children of the devil. Whosoever doeth not righteousness is not of the Most High. So, how do you do righteousness according to the Most High? Deuteronomy 6:25. It shall be our righteousness if, which is a condition, we observe to do all these commandments before the Most High, our power. So whatever you do is before the Most High. His eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men. And it shall be our righteousness. This is how you be the son of the Most High. And it shall be our righteousness if we observe to do, not just read it, but do all these commandments before the Most High, our power, as he hath commanded us. That's how You the children of the Most High. Going back to 1 John 3 and 10. In this, the children of the Most High are manifest, and the children of the devil. Whosoever doeth not righteousness is not of the Most High. You don't want to follow his commandments, you're not of the Most High. Neither he that loveth not his brother. You don't love your brother, you're not of the Most High. Point blank. Well, this is the message that ye heard from the beginning, that we should love one another. Not as Cain, who was of that wicked one, and slew his brother, Abel. And wherefore slew he him? Because his own works were evil, and his brother's righteous. Because Abel had the fat, the sacrifice, a sacrifice to the Most High. Cain wanted to bring something grown from the ground. Ain't no remission of sin without the shedding of blood. Most High love a blood sacrifice. So look, go to John, the 8th chapter. St. John, the 8th chapter. Same Israelite that we see here, seen there. Look at St. John 8. In verse 33. It says, they answered him, we be Abraham's seed. Don't we hear that a lot? We be Abraham's seed, and were never in bondage to any man. How sayest thou, ye shall be made free? He told him in verse 32, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Not set you free, but make you free. You will know the truth. You know the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High. You learn them, you live them, you apply them in your life. And the truth, the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High shall make you free. They answered him, we be Abraham's seed, and we never in bondage to any man. How sayest thou, ye shall be made free? Moscow answered them, verily, verily, I say unto you, whosoever committeth sin is the servant of sin. So he said, I'm saying, truly, truly, I say to you, he that committeth sin is the servant of sin. And the servant abideth not in the house forever, but the son abideth forever. So the servant don't abide forever, but the son, I'm going to be forever. If the Son therefore shall make you free, ye shall be free indeed. He said, hey, I'm going to show you the way to be made free. You're going to be free indeed. I know that ye are Abraham's seed, but ye seek to kill me, because my word has no place in you. See? Children of the devil. He said, hey, you seek to kill me because his word has no place in them. I speak that which I have seen with my father, and ye do that which ye have seen with your father. He said, I speak the things that I've seen with my father. And you do that which you've seen of your father. Keep that in mind, your father. They answered and said unto him, Abraham is our father. Mashal said unto them, if you were Abraham's children, you would do the works of Abraham. But now you seek to kill me, a man that hath told you the truth, which I have heard of the Most High. This did not Abraham. You do the deeds of your father. And they saying, my father is Abraham. So you do the deeds of your father. Then said they to him, we be not born of fornication. We ain't born of fornication. We have one Father, even the Most High. Mashal said unto them, if the Most High were your Father, you would love me. And we just said, love the brother. He said, if the Most High was your Father, you would love me. For I proceeded forth and came from the Most High. Neither came I of myself, but he sent me. Why do you not understand my speech? Why you understand what I'm saying, he said to him. Even because ye could not hear my words. There's a whole lot of you out there. A whole lot of people can't understand his word. This is what he said. Ye are of your father the devil. See? Talking to the Jews, the Israelites. Ye are of your father the devil. And the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning. Who was the first murderer? Cain, we just read about. Killed his brother Abel. And abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. What did the serpent do? In Genesis 3rd chapter. The first lie. Told Eve. He said, we can't eat of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. But what did he say? The Most High said, the day that we eat of that tree, we shall surely die. First life. The serpent, Satan, the devil, the beast, the dragon. What did he say? You shall not surely die. That's the first lie. That's why he told me. And ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth. See? Abode not in the truth. That's why you see a whole lot of Israelites are the children of the devil. Straight up. Ye are your father the devil, and the lust of your father you will do. He was a murderer from the beginning. You hate your brother, you a murderer. And abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. And because I tell you the truth, you believe me not. Which of you convinces me of sin? Uh-oh, now he's coming to you. Which one are you going to tell me that I broke the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High? And if I say the truth, why do you not believe me? He that is of the Most High heareth the Most High's words. He that is of the Most High going to hear these scriptures, these precepts. Ye therefore hear them not, because ye are not of the Most High. That's not a cut. Then answer the Jews, the Israelites. What do he call them? Verse 44, ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. Who he talking to? Verse 48, then answered the Jews and said unto him, say we not well that thou art a Samaritan and hast a devil? Man, Mashiach answered, I have not a devil. Here they come back, since he done told them, ye are of your father the devil in verse 44. Here they come back saying, verse 48, then answered the Jews and said unto him, you know, railing for railing, back and forth. Then answered the Jews and said unto him, say we not well that thou art a Samaritan and hast a devil? Mashiach answered, I have not a devil, but I honor my Father, and ye do dishonor me. See? He said, I honor the Most High. Power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He said, you dishonoring me. And I seek not my own glory. There is one that seeketh and judges. Verily, verily, truly, truly, I say unto you, if a man keep my sayings, he shall never see death. Oh man, I know they went off. No, they went off on that one. He said, if you keep my sayings, he shall never see death. But what sayings are he giving them? The sayings of the Most High. Because remember, he came in the Father's name, he spoke the Most High's words. Then said the Jews unto him, now we know that thou hast a devil. Abraham is dead, and the prophet, and thou sayest, if a man keep my sayings, he shall never taste of death. Art thou greater than our father Abraham, which is dead, and the prophets are dead? Whom makest thou thyself? So who do you think you are? Listen, Mashiach said, as if I honor myself, my honor is nothing. If I give glory to myself, my honor is nothing. It is my Father that honoreth me, of whom ye say that he is your power. Say the Most High is honoring me. He said, if I honor myself, that's nothing. So you hear that, brothers? You honoring yourself, that's nothing. It's the Most High that give the increase in the honor. Say, Father that honoreth me, of whom ye say he is your power. Yet ye have not known him, but I know him. And if I should say I know him not, I shall be a liar like unto you. I would be a liar just like your lying butt. You cutting them for a lesser while. But I know him and keep his sayings. I follow his commandments, his rules and regulations. Your father Abraham, listen at this close. Your father Abraham rejoiced to see my day, and he saw it and was glad. He said, your father Abraham rejoiced to see my day, and he saw it and was glad. Then said the Jews unto him, thou art not yet 50 years old, and hast thou seen Abraham? So you know he's going all the way back to the forefather of the first, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, going to Abraham. He said, Abraham rejoiced to see my day, and he saw it and was glad. Then said the Jews unto him, verse 57, thou art not yet 50 years old, and hast thou seen Abraham? Say, you ain't 50 years old, man. You ain't seen Abraham. You ain't made it 50 years old. And hast thou seen Abraham? Myself shall say unto them, verily, verily, truly, truly, I say unto you, before Abraham was, I am. He said, before Abraham was even created, even was born on this earth, I am. So we ain't ready for that. A lot of you not ready for it. He said, Abraham rejoiced to see his day, and saw it and was glad. Mashiach said unto them, verse 58, verily, verily, truly, truly, I say unto you, before Abraham was even thought of, I am. Then took they up stones to cast at him. Mashiach hid himself. They wanted to kill him. With him speaking the word, telling them that before Abraham was, I am. Then took they up stones to cast at him. Mashiach hid himself and went out of the temple, going through the midst of them, and so passed by. Because they asked him in verse 53. They asked him, St. John 8:53, art thou greater than our father Abraham? So you greater than Abraham, which is dead, and the prophets are dead, whom makest thou thyself? What they say? You greater than Abraham? He's dead. And the prophets who are dead? So who you think you are? That's what they say. You know how we say. Who you think you are? He told them in verse 58. Mashiach said unto them, verily, verily, I say unto you, before Abraham was, I am. Now you take it or leave it. He told them, before Abraham was, I am. So that's him. This is him right here. I'll show you real quick. Exodus 3rd chapter, 2nd verse. It's him. And the angel of the Most High appeared unto him in a flame of fire out of the midst of a bush. He looked, and behold, the bush burned with fire, and the bush was not consumed. This him right here again. Genesis 1 and 1. In the beginning, the Most High created the heaven and the earth. In the beginning, Elohim, the Most High, created the heaven and the earth by a Mashiach Yahushua. Ephesians 3 and 9. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of the Most High, or could it say, the angel of the Most High? This is like we read in Exodus 3 and 2. And the Spirit of the Most High moved upon the face of the waters. Right? So, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, Revelation 3:14 is the beginning of a Mashiach Yahushua being created. And to the angel of the church of the Laodiceans write, these things said the Mashiach Yahushua, the faithful and true witness, the beginning of the creation of the Most High. The beginning of the creation of the Most High, which is the Mashiach Yahushua. So the Most High created Mashiach Yahushua. I got a challenge question for you. Ephesians 3:9. And to make all men see what is the fellowship of the mystery, which is something that's unknown, which from the beginning of the world, we just went to the beginning of the world, have been hid in the Most High, who created all things by Mashiach Yahushua. Can't get no clearer than that. So when you see the Spirit of the Most High moving in the water, that's the Spirit of the Most High. When you look at Psalms 104:4, it's a spiritual. Who maketh his angels spirits. So you can say angel, you can say spirit. Spirit of the Most High, angel of the Most High, same entity. Who maketh his angels spirits, his ministers a flaming fire. So they're a flaming fire anyway. That's why he said in Jeremiah 23:29. He's bringing the word of the Most High. Jeremiah 23:29. Just give you indications of how spiritually you have to understand this. Is not my word like as a fire? His minister is flaming fire. The angels are spirits. Is not my word like as a fire? Said the Most High, and like a hammer that breaketh the rock in pieces. So look, when the word came to the apostles in Acts, he said you're going to send the spirit of a Mashiach. So I will not leave you comforted. I will come to you. Look at Acts the 2nd chapter. Look at it. Acts 2:1. And when the day of Pentecost was fully come, they were all with one accord in one place, and suddenly there came a sound from heaven as of a rushing mighty wind, and it filled all the house where they were sitting. And there appeared unto them cloven tongues like as of fire, and it sat upon each of them, right? So when you go into the Apocrypha, go to 2nd Ezra, the 8th chapter, and look at verse 22. This is the Most High, whose service is conversant in wind and fire. See that? So the Most High is bringing forth his service to bring forth the spirit of the Mashiach, which is the Holy Spirit, which is the spirit of the Most High. Because remember, he's the word of the Most High. He's doing whatever he sees the Father do. He's saying whatever he hears the Father say. Whose service is conversant in wind and fire. See? Whose word is true and sayings constant, whose commandment is strong and ordinance fearful. See? So that's why you see here when you see, and they were all filled, in verse 3, verse 2, and suddenly there came a sound from heaven in Acts the 2nd chapter, as of a rushing mighty wind. So the Most High speaking. And it filled all the house where they were sitting. This is a conversation. Most High is bringing that wind to. And he's conversing in wind and fire. Right? So you see, it's not my word like as fire. And his angel spirits is what? Ministering what? Fire. And there appeared upon them cloven tongues like as of fire, and it sat upon each of them. They were all filled with the Holy Spirit and began to speak with other tongues, other languages, as the Spirit, not spirits, but the Spirit gave them utterance. And there were dwelling at Jerusalem Jews, devout men out of every nation under heaven. They were only Israelites, because that's our holy convocation. There are people need to be knowing and seeing that this is what they're supposed to be coming back to. And not following these holidays and so forth. But you see here, Most High speaks through wind and fire. And that's why it says that, because his conversation is with wind and fire. And the Mashiach Shai, as a spirit, representing the Most High, came. Show them. So if we know that in Genesis 1 and 26, the Most High created all things by Mashiach Shai, we know that Mashiach Shai created everything through the power of the Most High. And Genesis 1:26 says, these are things that's been known from the beginning of learning breakdowns. It says, and the Most High said, let us, that's plural, let us make man in our image, after our likeness. That's plural, right? So, I could show you in Colossians, first chapter, still gonna give you that Mashiach Shai is there. I gotta bring you there because, like I said, I want to pose a question. Colossians 1, and we can start at verse 14. And whom we have redemption through his blood. We, the children of Israel, have redemption through his blood. 12 tribes of Israel. Even the forgiveness of sins. You can read Acts 5 and 31 to prove that point. Who is the image of the invisible power, the Most High is the Spirit. They must worship him in spirit and in truth. He's the image of the invisible power, the firstborn of every creature. For by him were all things created, see, that are in heaven and that are in earth, visible and invisible. That's what he created. Whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers, all things were created by him and for him. And he is before all things. So he's before everything. Because I just showed you how the Most High created him in Revelation 3:14. He is before all things, and by him all things consist. See, so then you know right there. He created all things by Mashiach Shai. So one more, let's go to John 1, let's cover more. John, the first chapter, the first verse. John 1 and 1. In the beginning, we just went to the beginning. Genesis 1 and 1. What was before the beginning? No. In the beginning was the Word. And the Word was with the Most High, and the Word was Mashiach Shai, who's called God here, but the Most High called him God. Look, the same was in the beginning with the Most High. All things were made by him, Mashiach Shai, and without him was not anything made that was made. In him was life, and the light was the light of men. In him was life, that's the tree of life, and the tree of life was the light of men. And the light shined in darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not. See? People in gross darkness. I'll tell you that in Isaiah 16:2. So everybody's not going to comprehend this. But some are. That's why I go to John. Let's break it off at St. John 17 and 5. This is Mashiach Shai praying the prayer before they crucified him. Listen to what he said. St. John 17 and 5. And now, O Father, glorify thou me with thine own self, with the glory which I had with thee before the world was. There it is. The glory that he had with the Most High before the world was. There it is. So my question is, a lot of you said Mashiach Shai and the angels created everything. But I just read where it says Most High made all things by Mashiach. My question is, what happened to a Mashiach Shai after Genesis, the first chapter, the 26th verse? The question is, what happened to a Mashiach Shai as the Spirit of the Most High, as the angel of the Most High, after Genesis, the first chapter, 26th verse? Let us go down and make man in our image and our likeness. Let me know. All right. I'm going to close with that. Hope that was edifying. Hope that was, to bring some to more understanding of who we are as a people, how we got to change as a people and become better. All of us. Never think you've done enough. Say the righteous scarcely going to be saved. So with that I say, Shalom. You reach me, Priest Thaahwam, P.O. Box 20012, Long Beach, California, 90801-3012. Or you can email me at mreadyforyou@aol.com, MREADYFORYOU@aol.com. And hit me up. Shalom.